eating to avoid emotions is 100% emotional eating. I'm going to draw a real simple line in the sand, but let me add the nuance after, because you might take this wrong. If you're eating for any reason other than hunger, it's emotional eating. Right, now let me add the nuance to that, right? Because that's way too black and white of a line. So eating birthday cake to celebrate your birthday is emotional eating. So too is you had a long stressful day, so you demolish an entire tube of Pringles on your way home. That is also an emotional eat. But are they bad? See, therein lies the difference of whether emotional eating is good or bad. Emotional eating could also be reframed as recreational eating. It's eating for funsies. It doesn't need to happen. There's no biological need to emotionally eat. Let's transfer the logic and look at something else that I think is a little bit easier for people to wrap their head around. Drinking. We're going to set aside the entire debate of whether drinking is good or bad or whether you should or shouldn't do it. We're just going to set that aside for a second. That doesn't matter for the conversation. What we're going to look at here is drinking bad or good? Well, in this case, I think we need to look at the circumstances and situations and the motives. So if we have, let's take myself. I could take or drink alcohol, or take or leave alcohol. I think I've had 3 glasses of alcohol in the last 12 months. And there's like 2 fingers of scotch. I have a little scotch every now and then. I used to drink a lot more, but I just don't really drink. I could take it or leave. It doesn't really matter. So let's say for me on a birthday, I'm going to be like, yeah, let's have a glass of scotch and enjoy it. That is recreational. There is no reason to do it. It is purely for enjoyment. That would be emotionally driven consumption of calories, drinking in this case. Is that bad? No, I could take it. I could leave it. I'm not running from feelings. It's not like it's a big pattern. It's not like it's happening all the time. It's just the occasional drink. Now, let's take an alcoholic who is literally spiking their coffee in the morning, right? They're an alcoholic. They're always drinking. So this same person, hey, let's celebrate. Let's have a glass of scotch. Is that good or bad? Well, you see, for that individual, we have to look at the pattern. We have to look at the motive, where for them, it may not be, because for an alcoholic, just one drink is not just one drink usually. For the non-alcoholic, one drink truly can be just one drink. So one drink is not good or bad. It depends on the individual and the circumstances. So could eating for emotional reasons be good or bad? Therein lies the complicated part of the conversation. Is it bad to maybe you got broke up and so you're sitting at home eating a bowl of ice cream? I don't know that that's necessarily bad, like just as a category, because for some people, they're going to have that bowl of ice cream. They're going to sort of sit in, they're going to have their pity party for themselves for a week, and then they're going to get up and go hit the gym and go get themselves all swole or hot and sexy and ready for whatever their next main squeeze is going to be, right? Probably not a problem for that person. But let's take me. You know, if I were to I'm married, I hope I don't get broken up with again. But let's say I get broken up with because my wife passes away. I probably shouldn't handle that with food, because when I handle problems with food, it's not just for a week or two. When I handle problems with food, it turns into a year or two and 100 pounds. So in my case, it's probably not good. So I am going to say that if you are eating for anything that has anything other than hunger, that is emotional eating. But that does not mean it is good or bad. It just means that it is. And maybe, just maybe, further investigation into the underlying motive, as well as looking at the pattern that the person finds himself in, that's going to help you determine if it's a problematic behavior or not. So I hope this makes sense. I'm wanting to get into more emotional eating conversation here. It's something that's actually a big part of my weight loss practice that I teach. And so if you found this interesting, if you found any of my aspects about this emotional eating helpful, for anybody listening in, I was responding to the person here, but if you listening in found that to be helpful, or if anything oh, wow, yeah, that clicked, that helped me see something, it would be really, really helpful. Just let me know in the comments over here if any part of this stood out to you. It's going to help. I'm shaping my content in a new way. Your comments are going to directly help shape where the comment goes, or where the content goes around emotional eating. Have a good day.